Hi everyone, welcome back to Spiritual Growth Tarot. I'm Denise, and today I'm going to read on Andrew Cuomo again. About 5 months ago, I think 5 or 6 months ago, I read on him to see whether or not he was guilty of all the sexual harassment claims. And now it's coming out that he was. So that reading's in there if you want to look at it. I'm not going to. This time I'm not going to look to see is he guilty, because that reading's already there. What I'm going to do is look at his future, his political future. Like, will he be impeached? Will he resign? What's coming down the pike for him? So, okay. Hope you guys are all doing really well. Let me get the camera down and I'll get started on this reading for you. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to start out with the Radiant Rider-Waite and allowing for reversals. Let's just see where Andrew Cuomo's at. Where is he in all of this? I mean, how is he feeling? Oh, goodness. And of course, as I'm grounding, I'm asking for only the truth. I'm connecting with the forces of love from the highest realms of light, and I only want the truth. And let's see, where is he? Is he thinking of resigning? Oh man, I can feel him in his brain, like darting around all over the place. And, this like level of defiance. Like, how dare. Ooh, wow. Okay. So, rather than empathing Andrew Cuomo, let the energy go into the cards. And I am intending, affirming, which is the right way to pray, to draw the right cards. All right, Andrew Cuomo, where are you in all of this? What are you thinking, and what will you wind up doing? Okay. So the forces in motion in his life. So we have the King of Wands. His greatest challenge at this time is the Six of Cups, which is his past. And then let's just do 5 cards. Where is he in all of this? What's he gonna do as he's moving forward in time? What will he decide to do? Okay. So, this is interesting. Actually, let's just do it this way. I can probably see the cards better. I probably should have had the camera up a little higher, but let's just push this up a little bit. There we go. Okay, so right here with the King of Wands, of course, this is him and his authority. This is him. Where the heck are my Okay, here we go. Lost a chopstick. Lost both of them, actually. He's in this place of, just like I felt when I was tuning into him, fire, defiance, air up in his head, going everywhere, trying to strategize. What's the strategy? I just heard George W. say strategery. Thank you. I needed some levity here. So anyway, with the King of Wands, we are, of course, in that realm of being, charming, being powerful, being in your authority, and being, a natural type of a leader. So that's what's going on in his life. I mean, that's where he's coming from. That's the forces in motion in his life. Is he a leader anymore? Does he inspire us anymore? What is really going on? And his biggest challenge, of course, with the Six of Cups is all about the past. And it's, like I have written right up here, Sun in Scorpio. Let's get to the truth. Let's get to the bottom of it. What has happened in the past? Okay. Moving forward in time, he is considering his prospects. He's thinking about, okay, what are my options? He's planning. He's waiting, and he's kind of restless because, of course, who wouldn't be? I'm wondering if he's even sleeping at night. Moving forward in time, he's assessing the situation with the Page of Pentacles. We're in that realm of looking for opportunities and setting goals and wondering, what are my opportunities here? What can I do? News comes out with the pages, though. The pages bring messages. The knights often do too, but for sure this would be physical, messages. I mean, hold up here. We have 179 witness interviews. We have videos, audio recordings, and texts. And I have a couple of podcasts I listen to, and there's some articles. I'll link, everything that... Well, I'll link some things that are the best, but if you don't have a subscription to New York Times, you might not be able to access it. And then on another level, I did see a nice little NPR episode. So I'll link what I can find in the description area, and you guys can, decide for yourselves. But bottom line is, sexual harassment is a crime. And he's facing civil lawsuits, from the state, from these gals, from his 11 accusers. I thought there was only 3 when I did that first video. 2 or 3 at the most. And then, but you know what? That's how it is. It's like, it's just like when you finally get pulled over. You've been speeding for quite a while and you just finally got your ass caught, right? So if there were 3 that came forward, we could probably easily imagine there's 33. But we have 11 lawsuits from his accusers, or 11 accusers, let's just say that. But he could have federal lawsuits coming down on this as well, because we're talking about the governor's mansion. We're talking about things that happen in the governor's mansion. We're talking about something that happened from, a lot of this has to do with a state trooper, right? So even Biden asked him to resign. There are videos, audio recordings, and text, just like I just said. That is concrete evidence right here. And that's coming out in the news. So he's assessing the situation. He's assessing the situation. And then what's hanging over him as to, this situation, of course, with the sun reversed, wow, he's depressed. He's in pessimism. This is a card of failure. This is a card of major negativity, but it's also a card of inaction. So I don't think he's going to resign. I don't think so far looking here. Let's look at this 5 of Swords reversed. Now, straight up, it's defeat. When the 5 of Swords comes in straight up, it's defeat, it's arguments, it's your own self-interest, it's you're caught in duality of like win-win, loser-loser, winner versus loser, that kind of BS. It's also sneakiness. It's also self-interest. It's also just arguments all the time, walking away. But when it comes through reversed, then the message is completely different because there's a compromise. There's some peace, usually, and some communication, but then on another level, it can be revenge. It can very well be revenge. And he hasn't he hasn't done anything to support these women other than in the past he said, well, let's just let the investigation go on, right? Let's just let the investigation go on and see what comes out. Well, okay, everything's come out. It's pretty damning evidence, I would say. So now I'm feeling like this is really more about defeat and his sorrow and his weakness. Sometimes this card comes in when somebody has to go to a funeral. So what's a funeral about? Good question. All right. 6 of Swords reversed. 5 and 6 of Swords reversed. So, when the energy is going well, we have Venus in Aquarius, which is the ability to detach and be in unity rather than duality. No, that's not where he is. 6 of Swords comes in, Mercury in Aquarius, which is all about getting to safe places, but also thinking of the big picture. Mercury thinking, Aquarius, the big picture. When it's reversed, the 6 of Swords brings in the element of being trapped and having major instability and being majorly overwhelmed. It's a lack of movement, it's an unresolved issue, it's anxieties, it's lack of support. And when it comes to a lawsuit, because with the swords, sometimes the wands too, notice, the only cups we have here has to do with the past. So there's nothing about him feeling anything for these women. They were just a piece of meat to him. 6 of Swords reversed brings in an unfavorable lawsuit because it doesn't go in your favor because you're not going towards justice. You're not going towards freedom. You're going towards, back to the 5 of Swords, defeat and fight. So I don't see him resigning. I don't see him, he doesn't have the support, of course, with the 6 of Swords reversed. He has high anxiety, maybe not yet as bad as the 9 of Swords, but we're still a little early in this game. So let's just try. I don't think the Lenormand is necessary now. I am thinking let's use the Kipper, and I'm going to use this deck that doesn't have extra. We don't have any extra extended cards because it's not necessary with this one. So, but now I want to focus in his legal future. Will he lose his $5 million book deal that had everything to do with COVID? In his, he's basically just trying to play up everything that he did for COVID. Well, now we see there's an ulterior motive. And also, if I remember correctly, I read something about him working to get, he tried to get support from liberals to discredit his, discredit the gals, discredit the accusers. So now I want to know what's coming through for him legally, what's coming down the pike for him, because I didn't see resignation there. I don't see him giving up, at least not yet. If he would, that would save the state of New York so much. Because it takes time to go through an impeachment trial, and there's quite a cost, right? I mean, of course, but the only thing that really stands out, dang it, with this deck, remember when I did in his old reading, this one, that one kept coming out, and the Cupid card kept coming out. I think. Let me see if I can find it here. Yeah, right here. I didn't pick up on this because I didn't really know that much about this card before I did a bunch of we're talking 5 months ago, and I did a lot of readings about Trump after that. And I realized that this card has to do with being a predator. And Cupid has to do with being very, very impulsive. So predators don't care about other people. It's a power issue. It's a quest for power. So with that, now that we know that, and all this evidence is out, let's just look at his political future and his personal future. What's coming down? Only the truth. What is coming down for Andrew Cuomo? And as I'm feeling into this, it's like, on another level, I mean, I just do not like predators, but on another level, let's just send him light. And if we can't personally, we can ask our guides, we can ask guardian angels, we can ask the universe to send him light and love to do the right thing. Okay, something new. Court. Illness. That's also quickie. This is also the card of quickies. Court official and court. Wow. Okay. What is coming down the pike for Andrew Cuomo legally? Okay. I might have to use the Lenormand if I have time. I really only have about another 15 minutes at the most. Not even that, really. So the illness card, of course, is mental illness or any type of an illness. This is our theme here, I'm sorry, in this row here. But it's also the card of, quickies, quick sex, having a lie down, right? But here we've got this card of illness, this downtime, this rest, this discomfort, this situation that doesn't really get any better. But it's also sometimes, because you remember like how it is when we get sick, we have to take a rest. There's a forced rest. So this could be because it's right in the middle of the court official. So the court official is about, because, with these systems, with any system, any cartomancy system, you can look to the surrounding cards, but especially with the Kipper and this is Tony Poole's Kipper, the Card Geek's Kipper, if you like this deck. Any card is influenced by the surrounding cards. So what is surrounding this sickening situation has to do with, my goodness, it has to do with going before a judge or being, it can be a judge, it can be an investigation. So this has to do with the, Albany Attorney General, which is going to go off of the 165-page report that has already been provided by Letitia James and State of New York. So, someone's going to be deciding something for him. And then we have the court card, which is pressing charges, legal matters. This would be the card of the judicial process of impeachment. So that the state of New York and the governor's mansion and the governorship can be restored. This court card has to do with all agencies of court for the state of New York. I mean, even Biden has already asked him to step down. So let's see. Because I don't have the letter card here, and because I don't have the long time card, the long way, the long journey card, I don't see that this is going to take a long time. What I'm seeing is there's already been all this work. Those charges are coming down. The work is already done. And the gift card has to do, excuse me, it has to do with these new charges that have come down. And, some knighting here. This card knights to this card, and then up here to the marriage card, which has to do with relationships, has to do with business partnerships, has to do with the ability to connect with others. But the connection here is him, trying to get women in bed. I mean, my goodness, one of the reports was he reached up and grabbed a woman's breast. Another one was she was taking a selfie with him, and she couldn't hold the camera still. It came out all blurry because he had his hand on her ass and he kept grabbing her. So there's that. So, new gifts from these past relationships that are going to come out, and we've got the judge and the court. And the rich girl here card signifies all these, we can't really say rich, but we can in another level because we're talking executive assistants, we're talking, the state trooper, I don't know about that, but, she was assigned to protect him. And what does he do? He abuses her. And then he lies and makes it look like, basically, in effect, what he did with all these women by saying that, he's discounting and discrediting them. He's gaslighting them. So, he's just, it's not this. I don't think this has to do with his thoughts. This has to do with the court's, the judge's thoughts, thinking about all of these issues with all of these women, younger women. This is not an older woman. This is a younger woman. And this card is standing in for all of them who worked for him. And there are rules in place. With this military person card here, we're in that realm of, this would be the state trooper. This would be the regulations for sexual harassments. This would be his obligation to be very, very, very careful. This card is also the need for security. So this was her security detail on him. And what does he do? What does he do? He gaslights her, and he acts like an immature asshole, is what I'm going to say. So, I'm feeling like this will not go down well for him, but I don't see him resigning. I hope I'm wrong. I really, really hope I'm wrong on that. And I really hope that he changes his mind, because he could save the state of New York a whole lot of heartache and trouble and expense. If he would, and then they could, all the officials in the state of New York and the taxpayers could focus on getting help to people that need rent support because of the moratorium, people who need COVID support, and everything else. My goodness, but we'll see. The three cards in the entire deck for legal issues are right here, and I've only drawn 10 cards out of the 36, and they're all right here. So I think there's going to be a lot of work from the court, from the civil. I do believe these are civil suits. We've got a civil suit here. New civil suit from these women. And consideration for that and them thinking about that. This card also has to do with memories from the past. This has to do with concentrating inside of an issue. It also has to do with oftentimes solving an issue that's been really, a real problem for quite some time. But then, if we look at past, present, and future in this direction, it looks like we have commitment here to the rules and regulations that are in place for the state of New York. And that is what the work will entail, is just follow the rules. Follow the rules. The courthouse Knights down here to this education that we're going to go through, I think, as to, what really happened. And then the court official, having to do with the judge, civil or federal, either one, both. And Knights down here to the work card, which is about, getting something going, setting something up, being busy at it. Getting it done. Getting it done and following the rules. So that's what's coming down the pike for him. So in summary, I see I see civil lawsuits and federal lawsuits, and I do not see him resigning unless he changes his mind, because we always have free will, and that's the challenging thing to look at. But we do have to remember, he's been the predator with the overblown ego who acted impulsively, and, now he needs to pay. Now he needs to pay. Now, I wonder if this gift card comes in as to, there could be some documents that come out in court that has to do with him trying to pay somebody off. There's that possibility that maybe that hasn't come out yet. But everything's documented and corroborated. So there's that. So I guess we'll just see how it goes. But currently, I'm going to say that it's going to court and he will be impeached. Let's see. You know what? Hold on. Do I have? Well, I've got a couple more minutes. Let's just see quickly. Let me use this little Lenormand deck. Let me see if I can get whether he'll be removed, impeached and removed. Well, I just heard yes, but let's see what I get. Wisdom coming together, lots of communication. Yeah, there's something majorly wrong in his predator type of relationship. Complications and women, coming forward that I ain't be having this no more from the public. And then he's at a crossroads. Okay, let's keep going. He's at a crossroads. Will he be removed? Here he is. He's going to just talk about it. He's in delusion, though. He's trying to create something. And there's the removal right there. Okay. Yeah. Because the public is committed to the truth. That's right. And to the safety. This would be the actual foundation of the state of New York. So I'm going to take it one step further and say I think he will be impeached and removed. All right, there's my prediction. We'll see if I'm right. Take care, you guys. Bye.